virtual babies.
Okay.
I love it. So I can go ahead and upload like the warm ups or like the independent practice that I'm having them do. And I can, instead of them like putting the answer in the chat, they can draw their answer and I can see it live and write. And then they know how to go and type and explain their answer. And then I'll just look at the grid and, look at the students there. Okay, go back and check your work. I can see it right away what they're doing instead of them holding it up later. And I'm like, what you say? I can't see it. And then I can showcase one of their pages, and then they'll tell me what they did and why they did it, and I'll have the other kids have a conversation about it and see they did anything different.
Okay. So you get to have that actual conversation that you would normally have when you're in the actual classroom. Okay. Is anybody else using anything differently or more that they were using before?
I just added web paint.
Okay. And so what is web paint?
How you can so it's just like you're writing on the board, like on a whiteboard, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to use that while I'm logged in and working with like my live sessions, and I can just write things down like that. So I don't have to stop presenting and then start typing it all out.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things that they presented in last week's.
Yes, I used that today too.
Can y'all show an example or somebody want to show an example of the whiteboard chat or the web paint?
I can show the whiteboard chat or
Yeah, you can show the whiteboard chat and then Miss Cummins can show the web paint.
okay.
Now I said I just downloaded it now.
Okay.
Well, I like
Put it like
the web paint a little bit, but
Okay.
I'll let them play with that.
Cummins, can you show at the next meeting? Would you be comfortable by then?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
So what I do is I'll present.
Okay.
So you go to start drawing, and when you start drawing, I usually go to start teaching. And let's say I want to upload one of these pictures, like I have some pictures that's specifically for whiteboard chat. And let's say they're going to do this for independent practice. And that's what they're doing for independent practice. So I have that ready for them. And then I just go to invite, and then it'll send me the link. And then like I'm going to copy and paste it in our chat so you guys can see how that goes. Sorry, my keyboard is acting up. So you can actually click on the link. And I can see when they're logging in, they put their name in as you guys are doing. And then I go to grid view, and I can see what they're doing. Like I can see what you guys are writing. You guys are typing anything. I can see that you're trying to work it out and everything. And then I can say, okay, Miss Smith is doing a good job. Miss Smith, can you tell me what you're doing and, why you're doing that, da da da. And she's like, no, I don't like you. So I just really do help out. One of my kids can show you and then they'll save all your whiteboards. They'll save everything for you, and you can name like the day, and so you can go back to it and say, guys, remember we did this or whatever, and you can use that like during RTI because you can go see what some of the kids are like. You didn't get that right. I didn't. So, and then like my virtual students, I have my math group first. my whole group first, and then I have my small group. So then I can say, okay, well, you guys stay after because I noticed that in your independent, like you did this incorrectly. I want to kind of touch bases with you on that. So,
I like that.
So
and
did
then
it update? Because I was writing on it. So can you see what I wrote?
yeah,
So will it show on the
and
screen
then
right now?
yeah, and
Okay.
then Thomas is scribbling. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're scribbling. Oh, no, Miss Campbell, what happened was, oh, no, that's
No,
not what happened.
no,
Go
no,
back
no,
and fix it now.
Miss Campbell,
Okay.
I'm working too. I'm trying
One of my kids,
So
he was
Okay,
scribbling, and I was like, what are you doing? Oh, my theme messed up. No, it didn't. Go back and fix it because I'm not playing with you. So once
Okay.
they realize they can see what you're doing, you can see
Okay.
what they're doing, then they get it together.
Okay,
Can
thank you.
I have
Yeah.
a
All right.
question. It's mine again. Is I'm making this, okay, for example, that you are looking that I'm crazy right now, okay, like one of my students, okay, can you fix and read and send me, okay, Tames, I'm gonna resend to you this, okay, and work right. Can you resend it?
You want me to resend my stuff?
Yeah, can you resend it? Like, okay, I messed up with my paper.
Oh, my white. Yeah, you can resend the link to them, or they can just erase it.
Okay,
They have an eraser on there, so there's an eraser tool, and there's a text tool. So some of my kids, instead of them, when they usually like to type out what their explanation of their whatever it's called, the thing I gave them. They usually like to type out their explanation and then go through it like that. And then they know how to draw a text box, like I taught them how to draw a text box. So they'll just click the T, draw a text box, and then start typing in there.
Okay,
Okay.
and then two questions. Number one, it is free.
Yes.
Number two, okay, and then with this, you warm up in the morning.
Do I wear a mask in the morning?
She said, "Do you do a warm up?"
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do a warm up, and then that's actually one of the things that I put in there. So I do a warm up. I usually save my warm up as a PDF. So I do everything from my slide, and then I save it as a PDF, and then I put it inside of my folder. So I just click on it and put it in there. So I usually do a warm up like that, and I usually do maybe like the we do's, and I maybe do like the independent as well.
Okay, do you try the picture? When you put in that, it is the picture. It is not the Google Drive.
Are you asking her, does she put the Google slide in there like she did earlier?
Yes, it is the
Yes,
Google
she embeds it in.
picture.
do you have to put that in there?
You don't have to put a picture in there. I just like to have a picture in there so then I can so like if I'm not going through I'll go through the slides, but then I'll just say, well guys, here's your this is what I want you to do independently. So they may have never seen it or whatever.
Okay, but if you have shown them that slide already, can they still go back and look at it while they're working in the whiteboard, or do you have to put it in there?
I think you have to go and put it up there unless you're sharing your screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So usually I like to just do it just in case they need to go back, and like some of them, they know how to go and they'll underline their information because they might not do like the problem solving board. They'll underline the information, like circle the question and do it like that.
So that was a whiteboard chat. And so what was the next one that you all started using, Miss Smith and Miss Cumming? And I know you're gonna present it next time.
WebPaint, the Chrome extension.
Okay. All right. So what is WebPaint about?
It basically just lets you write, like if you were presenting your slides, you could actually like write on the slides right
Okay.
there with them.
Amanda, quick question. Does
Yes.
When you write on the slide and you're presenting at the same time, does it go to the next slide because it's like you're clicking on the screen?
Yeah, so I found out, I don't know if there's another way, but when I did it today, it like when I went to the next slide, it still had all the writing on it.
Yep.
So you have to erase it.
Yep.
Okay.
What is the website, Mrs. Smith?
It's called Web Paint. It's a Chrome extension.
And Miss Cummings will be presenting it in 2 weeks.
And all of this is free.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
her favorite word.
Yes. Okay, so we do have 2 presenters today. Miss Campbell is going to present Active Inspire, and then Miss Smith is going to talk about quizzes. I know it in Schoology with Cammie. So I'm gonna let you guys take over.
You want to go first?
You want me to? I will.
That's fine.
All right. So hold on. Okay, so I've been using quizzes a lot in my small groups to kind of go back over and review things. And the kids love it because it's like a game basically. And so and I like it because there's a lot of quizzes already made. So you can make your own, but there's a lot already available. So I've like already added a lot of stuff that we were doing before. And so when you click on whatever, like if I was doing equivalent fractions, you would do start a live quiz. And so I always do the instructor paste so that they're all like having to answer at the same time. And I pretty much keep the settings how they are, but once you say continue, it will come up with the code, and I always do just share the link and put it into the chat because it's easier for them to just click on it, and then it'll have them type in their name, and I always tell them they can put their name or they can make up a nickname, whatever they feel comfortable. And so they'll pop up here once they have signed on. And then so basically it asks them the questions and it gives them a timer, and then it shows at the end who got it right once everybody has input their answer. And so like if they all get it wrong, then we like actually go over that question together and talk about it. So I don't just keep going. I like if I see that they're having a problem, like we'll go over it, or if one person got it right and the others didn't, I'll let them kind of explain what they did. But then I do like also for the report on this, you can get like some data because it will show you like each one, how many people participated and like what the percentage was. So, you know, you can go back if there was like a group that didn't get it, like some of these here. So I would definitely revisit it with that group the next time I met with them because they still didn't understand. So there is some data here. After you do it, you can kind of see like which skills they've got, which skills they don't, that kind of thing. So, and they have like for every subject. So you can like literally just type in what you're teaching and see if there are already quizzes made, or you can make your own. Social studies, language arts, like everything is on here. So the kids like it because it's like a game and they're very competitive. At the end, there's a leader and they do like a little cheer for them. So I like this and the kids like it. So I have been using that. The I Know It. I know this is just for math, but it is good like as far as being able to see like individually. If you click on a student, you can see how many lessons they've done, what if they've started but not completed. It tells you what score they made on each one. So it's also good to kind of revisit. And then of course you can individually assign. So like if I'm working in a small group and they're not getting it, then I tell them I'm gonna assign them an extra assignment on I Know It so they know that they have to do it, or you can assign it to the whole class because I use it for fact practice, and so that I assign to everybody. But like the student yesterday, we did adding and subtracting 3-digit numbers in small group, and she was not getting it. So I told her, like, I'm putting in an assignment for you. So I have her specifically going in to work on that skill because she's still having a hard time. So that is good, but that is only for math. So that doesn't help my reading people, but still for math, it's a good way to get some data too, because you can actually tell which ones they're not doing well on, which ones they've got, all that kind of stuff. And then my last one was using the Cami. Some of you may have already been using this. I just like it because it's basically a worksheet that they can actually write on. So in Schoology, when you make assignments, you can actually, just like you would do with the Google Drive assignment, you can do a Cami assignment. And so when the kids open it, they can actually use kind of like what the whiteboard chat, they have the tools over here. So they can actually write on here their answers. And then in the top right in the blue bar, it says turn in. And so it will submit to you so that you can grade it. And it's actually like their work. So like this was one of my students yesterday, and she was able to write directly on it and turn it in. And that is a Chrome extension too. You can use it. I've even used it for just like small group, because you can open up a blank page and just write on it like a whiteboard. Sometimes I'll like input a picture of a problem and then like practice working it out with them during group. So it can be used for teaching. It can be used to upload any PDF. So like the Go Math book, any of those can be put in there and they can write directly on it. For reading, you could probably do it like with a passage or like an article or something and have them underline. They could highlight. They could do all that kind of stuff.
I have been using for reading that I upload on the book the PDF, and I can scroll down, okay, they go back and forth, and it's good. The only thing that I didn't try is putting in Schoology. When you put it in Schoology, how you do? Like, I don't know.
So if you were like, so let's just say I wanted to, so you would just go like you were going to add an assignment, give it its title, any directions, and then if you have the extension, it should pop up here. So you would, instead of clicking Google Drive, you would click Cami, and then it'll open up your drive, and you can pick from anything that you have in your drive. So let's just, and then it will attach, it'll make a copy just like the Google Drive assignments do for each kid.
That is, but I didn't see. Do you have to do something in Schoology in order to be a Cami? Because
Usually when you open like the document, so I know like if you open a PDF document, there usually is like the little K on the side, and so when you click on that, it will automatically open it in Cami so that you can write on it. But it is an extension, so the kids have to have the extension also
they have to have it. The student has to have an extension.
to be able to open it in Cami and write on it.
Okay, but did you give to them instruction to download the extension?
Most of mine have, and for the ones who it's given them a problem, I've given them the option, if it doesn't work, that they can just take, like, do it on paper and take a picture and they submit it that way. But most of them have been able to get that extension and use it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the part, because I saw that we can put in the students, okay, the students on the check Cami, but because I don't know I don't know how much it is. I know I don't try it too, and I'm trying to see if I'm gonna buy, if I'm gonna put in. I don't know. And I don't want to use something for me, yes, but for them, that later on they have to remove it.
Right, right.
But it's good. If for the book, I see for language art, it's gonna be so good for the activities from the book. Uh, we can upload the activity that you have to do it.
Right, and they have like highlighters so they could highlight and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they can do there. I see that maybe it's gonna be helpful for that part. Because right now the thing that I'm doing it is upload the picture, putting in Google and putting the square for the day right. And this is a lot of work. Maybe this is gonna save me a lot of I need to see how much okay. I'm gonna look for it.
I do have one question, Amanda. Now, what do you do to keep it free? Because every time I try to do something now, they're like, "Oh, well, you got to pay for it, update it." So, like, all these are locked. Do you just keep
Right.
logging in with a
See,
different?
my trial hasn't ended yet, so I was looking at that today to see what I was gonna do after it.
Yeah, because I really do like it, but again, like, I don't want to have to pay for it again. Pay for
Right.
something.
So what I'll do is I'll find out and see how much it costs, and then if we're using it like that, I'll see if they can add it in, and I'll talk to an administrator.
Okay.
Please, because I really like it. I have been using it, and I like it. It is very. I didn't know about the part of the student, and now that you are showing that part, I like it. I like more because that's it for reading is going to have a lot is coming. We don't have to go with Google, and they're gonna have the picture there or whatever we're gonna upload to them is gonna be. We don't have to put in the boxes so that they write. They're gonna have the book to write, and we're gonna have the side. That's what I see.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Campbell, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so she is going to present on Active Inspire, which is all on your Promethean board.
All right. So I'm trying to make this the best way. I probably should log in. Let me log in through here. Oh, but it's not a link. So I'm trying to figure out the best way. So, because I was going to present, but it's not like a tab. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do.
Hold on one second. If they pin you, they can see everything that you're doing. So they can see you on the screen. So if they take the thumbnail and they click on your picture and pin you, then they will see everything you're doing so they can fully see you.
Okay, y'all, pin me.
I just pinned you.
If I do what now? What you say do to her?
Don't pin me.
So go to her name, her picture, that square, and the three things will come up. It'll be the thumbtack, the microphone, and then
I
the
got it.
move for meeting. So go
I
ahead
got
and pin her, and you can see your screen should get bigger with just her picture.
Yes, that's what it did.
All right.
How do I get to where you are on my Promethean board first?
I'll tell you in a minute. I'm about to tell you right now. So
Okay.
on your Promethean board, I'm about to click out of here. Oh, I hope I ain't saying no. All right. So on your Promethean board, and if you do not have this, I do know how to come and download the software for you. If that's an issue for you. So on your Promethean board, you have this little thing that says Active Inspire. And you just click it. And then it'll come up and look like that. And you have some different activities. I'm going to show you that in a minute, but there's some different things that you can do already. So when you go down here, it is good stuff. and you just push that button, and this little thing will show up. It'll show like, can y'all see this? It'll show like subject, and like for instance, if I'm doing place value or if I'm doing money. So you can go to subjects, go to math, of course, if I'm doing that. But they have like some other things that you can do, and I'm going to show you that how to get to that stuff in a second. So you go to money, and you just press the plus sign, and they have euro, pound. I'm going to go to US dollar, and it has those dollars. I can click that up there and just move it on my screen. And I'm going
move your camera back. Can you move back so they can see the screen a little bit more? Okay.
And I might want to add a dime, and I can add heads or tails, nickel, and then I can just have them. I can write down a problem to go with this. Say, okay, well, how much? Whatever. So you can do all kind of stuff. So they also have some other things that you can do. So they have some science stuff in here. And they have some grid. So when we get to what's that called? Multiplication and stuff like that, they have some grid paper. And it'll show up as a background. And you can choose different sizes. And they also have backgrounds. So if let's say you want to do something fun with your kids and you want to have them do like a writing activity, and you want to say, okay, y'all doing inferencing or whatever. Yeah, you can do something where you have like a picture and whatever. And you have you can put a picture up there, like they have backgrounds. I don't know why I can't see mine, but they actually have different backgrounds. Okay, got line paper, go to backgrounds, and you might want to do like an illustration. And let's say I want to put like a beach up there, and I could put my beach up there. Of course, it's on top of my graph paper, and I might say, okay, that's not a beach, that's a desert. Let's say I want to go ahead and say, all right, what can I be doing? Da, da, da. So it got backgrounds, got paper down here. It has line paper, got patterns. It has, I went to photographs. So if I want to say, okay, where are they? They're at the basketball. They're at the beach. What does this, they go a branch. Where does the cycle of life start? What makes this thing start? Whatever. So then that's that. But you also have something in your you go to ClassFlow, and ClassFlow has free flip charts that you can actually put in here. So everybody has an account. So when you log into ClassFlow, and everybody has their own code. So like my kids, if I had a flip chart that I was doing like last year, I do things with my kids, and they knew to put my code in, and I could see their work while they're doing it. So they're just putting the code in, and it stays the same. It never changes. It's just whatever activity you're doing. So you go to classflow.com, and you can actually look up flip charts. And flip charts, some people have designed like beautiful lessons, things that you can move, and that'll show like the answer, and just all different kind of stuff. They have science stuff. They have like a science one where you like have like a picture of like a butterfly, and then like when you move it, it shows like the part that's on there, the part of the butterfly, and maybe like the description of each part and what they do. They have money. They have lots of math stuff, lots of language stuff like phonics, and lots of parts of speech stuff on there. And when it's taking a long time to come up for whatever reason. But if you go to classflow.com, you'll just log in with your Google address, and you'll click in, let's say you're doing nouns, and you do nouns flip charts. And then you can go ahead and look and see all the different flip charts that they have for nouns. Make sure it has flip charts on there, because that's what you need. And you can just save it as a resource. And when you save it as a resource, you can download it, and it'll come up on your Active Inspire. So I have one. I was trying to find one that maybe I downloaded. So here's one. Let's say if we're not doing this, but let's say I have adding fractions with unlike denominators, and it'll have like you'll just go through the lesson with them. I'm sorry, and you'll go through the lesson with them. And of course, we won't be doing anything like this. So here's one on comparing fractions. So this is something that I will be doing, that I've been doing with my kids. This is what I did last year. So then they have to fill in about 1/2. And this is, again, I didn't make this. It's already there for me. I can go and I can edit it. So if I know that I'm not doing fractions with like we know we're doing something with either the denominator or the numerator are like, so I can change that to where I need it to be. And then you can just go through the whole lesson, and it has all different kind of things in there for you. So it already has activities for you to do already in there. And you can create stuff at home. Like you go to the back of your computer, your Promethean board, there's a little bar that you can go ahead and do like download this and then put your little information that's on the side, and you can create your flip charts at home. And so when you come to class, the kids can go and they're already ready for the kids to write on, or whatever the case is, or for you to write on. And so you don't have to build it at the school. It's already on your computer. And you can just play with it. It has a lot of different stuff. I don't want to take up all the time, but you can play with it. And again, go to ClassFlow because they have a lot of different flip charts that's already on there. If you go to ClassFlow Connect, this is what I was talking about. When you sign in, it wasn't letting me sign in earlier. So a little code will come up, and then that's your code, and it won't change. The code will stay there, and your kids can just put your code in, and then they can be working on their device while you're working up here.
So Campbell, what's the purpose of going behind the Promethean board to get that?
So what you can do is, the purpose of it is you can build your things at home. So
Okay.
it costs money. So the Active Inspire, because you already have your code, just go ahead and I usually just take like a picture of it. I have a picture in my phone, and then I go and I just downloaded the resource pack, and you can do all that stuff. So then you go home, and then you can to create all your lessons, and then you come back up here and it's already ready for you because it'll save, and you can just log in.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I was wondering why you told them that. Okay. Thank you, guys. All right. So the next thing that I am going to present, and that'll probably be the end of us today, will be just a couple more resources that I have for you guys. And to me, this was a valuable session that we've had today. One thing that I did see is called FactMonster. It is for math, but it is free. So you all can go to factmonster.com, and it has flashcards for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So yes, it's just another resource, and it has different levels. And you can start it, and they have it to where you can time it for 2 minutes, and then the kids will just click on it and press enter. But again, it's called factmonster.com. It was introduced to me by a second grade teacher. So I wanted to give you that information just in case you all were wanting facts. Additionally, for my reading teachers, if you have assignments that you want to do outside of school, or just for reinforcement, for your freckle or different things, or for possible incentives, you can definitely do that, to try to build, bridge those gaps and different things of that nature for reading as well. We are at the end of our session today. So can anybody tell me something that they're gonna try to do more now that they saw different things today?
Whiteboard chat.
Okay,
Yeah, I want to try that.
okay. I heard whiteboard chat. Anybody else?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you also the whiteboard chart and also the active we have to pay for
Which one?
the active inspire.
The
No,
Active Inspire is already
already-
on the Promethean board.
It is okay. I need to. I'm gonna go through this one too.
Okay,
Both. So wonderful, and also with the Cami, I'm gonna try to do it, the thing that Mrs. Smith is doing right now, and I like it. And then, well, thank
okay.
you so much for the
Um,
share that information.
Not a problem. Thank you guys for sharing all the information. To me, it was, like I said, again, really valuable. I mean, I learned something new, even though I've been, using a Promethean board myself for a while. Our next meeting will be November the 4th. And like I said, I know Ms. Cummings will be presenting her information that she wanted to do. But other than that, do you all have any questions, comments, or concerns for me? Okay. Well, if you need any help or you want to try something out new, please let me know. We are here working together, and then I'm going to stop